Hey Taurus. Hey, welcome to you and welcome to your reading. All right, so good to see you here today. Okay, so I had a little bit of a build up to your reading, so I have just a couple things to communicate. First up, your energy started coming in kind of last night for me as I was going to sleep and going to bed, and I noticed that I suddenly had the feeling of like spiders crawling on me. I also saw, Spirit showed me like spider webs. So I actually like took a moment to like kind of draw that a bit on your note page, because I like to kind of take a moment to doodle and see whatever messages want to come through before I start my readings. And for whatever reason, there's something here that feels like really buggy. Okay, it feels really buggy, and I'm not really sure if that means like with the cobwebs or spider webs, if there's something like you need to dust off, or I don't know. There's a little bit of like it's a bit of like an annoyance or irritation energy that's here, which is really interesting. So I feel like that's sort of what you're in. All right, the other thing we're going to go ahead and do is I have an oracle deck here, so we're going to go ahead and pull a little bit more on the theme of your reading. So it feels like the kind of spiders, the spider webs, that annoyance and irritation is part of the energy, but let's go a little deeper here. And hi, if this is your first time here, this reading is going to apply for the next 2 weeks from whenever you're finding this message. Okay, ready, Spirit? Ooh, I have never seen this card before. Okay, so here's your card. This is building up. We're still building up the kind of theme for your reading here. Yeah, okay, that's so interesting. It says sickle. It says focus, regrowth, and letting go. Is this upright or reverse? There are elements that are upright and reverse here. Okay. But it's interesting because like when I was drawing out the spiders and the spider webs, it just felt like there was like some sort of like Halloween type of energy, and the sickle coming through. I was sensing some like Scorpio energy, which is connected to the Death Tarot card. So that makes a lot of sense to me, and why we have the words here, letting go. Okay, so it feels like there's either something as you're coming into this reading that you're starting to like move away from, is what I'm hearing, or over the next 2 weeks, I'm hearing 2 to 3 weeks, that you, do you want me to say that? I'm hearing that you'll be forced to let go of. Now this could be something, I don't feel like force is an interesting word here. It feels like this could be like voluntary in some sense, but it almost feels like there's a situation that you become pressured into. Again, that's why it feels annoying and irritating, because you feel pressured into like letting go of something that I don't think you really want to. Or not that you don't want to, that's not correct. It's like that you weren't ready for. Okay, ooh, that's it. Okay, so letting go of something. Okay, and I'm just writing this down so I can capture it and we can start to bring this together, that you weren't ready to let go of. Yeah, and I do think this is gonna consume some of your focus. Okay, and the interesting bit, I think what's coming out in reverse is the regrowth part. That doesn't feel like it actually applies here. This actually feels more like your energy will be like, or your focus will be consumed by whatever this is that's kind of like exiting. Okay, is there anything else to this card? Yeah, we have a little bit more here. So this is coming through. I don't know if this is an eye. I don't know what this is, but Spirit is showing this to me as looking like an eye, and it's coming through as literally, because there's like almost like 3 of them, like third eye. 3 eyes I'm hearing. 3 eyes is in 3 like letter eyes. Okay, so that's for someone. But I'm also sensing this is around the third eye and around like following your intuition here. Yeah, and that's interesting because this in the background, this circle in the background is coming through as like a moon. So it's connecting into your intuition somehow. Okay. Yeah, and I'm really struck by the fact that it's like whatever this grass is, it's being like chopped. That's what this is. It's like it's almost like chopped. Again, there's like a, oh, I'm hearing there's a cutoff. Okay. So there's a cutoff that's happening. Okay, so this reading feels a little bit predictive, I'll be honest, but some of you may already be in this energy, just depending on the timeline. What part of this timeline that you're particularly in is what I'm hearing. But for others of you, this will be something that comes up over the next 2 to 3 weeks that, like I said, I feel like you're going to be sort of like, it's almost like when you're kind of cornered into letting go of something. I'm seeing the 7 of Wands in my mind's eye. So it's almost like a cornering. It's almost like you're kind of, you have to let it go. There's not really like an option here. Okay, so I like to do these vibe checks at the beginning because we're going to dive right into tarot here. I like to do these vibe checks. So if that feels like it resonates for you so far, then just keep watching. If for any reason that doesn't resonate with you, no worries at all. Feel free to check out one of the other readings I have up for you for one of your other signs. Okay, so let's go into it. Spirit, what's going well for Taurus? I do want to, I like checking in with Spirit around this. Like, what's going well for Taurus over the next 2 weeks? And then we're going to keep diving deeper here. What's going well for Taurus? Ready? Oh, 5 of Cups. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's okay. So this is definitely going to be the energy. You're not right now in this 5 of Cups energy. Some of you are, okay, but it feels like you will be, okay? Like I said, there's something here that's being let go or cut off is what I'm hearing. So the 5 of Cups reflects that. This is typically a card of grief, okay? But what's going well for you, it's interesting because I actually do feel like, I see that, Spirit. This regrowth part is interesting because it is coming through in this reading, but not in the way that this is kind of being like, maybe not in the way that you think. The regrowth part is coming through as like, you'll be able to get through this versus like regrowing this situation or whatever's being cut off or like trying to go back to a situation. I'm hearing going back to an ex. Spirit is not talking about that. Spirit is actually talking about the process of finally like letting go of something I'm hearing unhealthy, and that there's some sort of confirmation here. I don't know why that's coming through with the regrowth part here, but there's some sort of confirmation here that you will be okay and you will like kind of grow through this experience. Yeah, I don't know. Spirit is just really feeling like it feels like you're going to be okay after this. It really does. So I don't think this is a bad thing. This just feels like there's an element of growth here. And there's something around, it's really interesting. It's almost like when the plant grows, as plants grow and as they do, you have to sometimes like prune them or cut them back. And that's what this actually feels like. It feels like this is a necessary part of like the pruning process, like the sickle would imply, kind of like the Death Tarot card would imply, even the 5 of Cups here, okay? But it just feels like it's like a necessary part of your growth and your evolution process is what I'm hearing. Okay, so I like the energy that feels like what's like, it feels very like I don't know how else to say this. You'll make it through it. Like that's kind of the message that's coming through. Do you want this deck? Okay. So let's keep going. Let's go a little deeper because that 5 of Cups feels really strong here. It definitely feels like I said, something that you're just like, wow, I have to like, again, let this go with the 3 cups that are kind of spilling out. And you see they're kind of, I think they're like cracked. Yeah, they're like cracked and stuff on this card. But you see there's still 2 cups here. So like I said, there's this energy from Spirit. If Spirit's handing you these 2 cups here of like, you're going to be okay. You're going to make it through this. And there's like spiritual support here. It's almost like they're offering you spiritual support for this process because the water and the cups in tarot can speak to like spirituality. And in this card, it's coming through as like spiritual support. You want to cut the deck? Okay. All right, so give me one moment. I'm gonna cut the deck. Let's get into what's on top. Like, what is the, we're gonna get into the deeper part of this message. You want this card? Okay, yeah, we got the Hermit. They just kind of threw this card out at me. Okay, so we have the Hermit. I feel like this feels like, so this is coming in a little layered, but I almost feel like, first of all, there's a message here around like following your intuition with the kind of lantern here that's lit up. So the Hermit like follows their intuition. So that's definitely part of it. The other part is I'm struck by the fact that this person's like walking alone. I just feel like there's an energy here of like, you kind of like doing your own thing or going your own way for someone. It's interesting that we didn't get the Six of Swords or like the Eight of Cups instead. I feel like the reason we got the Hermit versus those cards, which also both speak to like moving away, I have to riddle this out for a second because Spirit is being very particular with the Hermit card. I feel like there's a really big element of self-reflection here. Okay, I see that, Spirit. Yeah, that's part of the growth part of the Sickle card. There's a really big element here of taking time for yourself and for your feelings and for you to process those is part of the message. There's also another part here around there's something independent about this Hermit. There's something independent about this Hermit that feels like really good. Yeah, Spirit really wants you to reflect on this and what's ending and why it's ending is what I'm hearing. Can we go deeper? This deck? Okay, let's go deeper. I want to figure out what is this? What needs to be seen here? Is this the deck? Okay. Oh my God, switch decks again. This is so interesting. Yeah, something is definitely, and it feels like you kind of like walk your own path, go your own way. And there's an element here of something to like, to see, to introspection specifically. Do you want this card? Yeah, the High Priestess. That's it. Okay, follow your intuition, right? The High Priestess is all about that intuition. That's exactly what this is. Yeah, okay. That is everything I'm feeling here. Do you hear that? Okay, yeah, and with that backup sound, okay, Spirit, okay. I need to say this again. I hear it, Spirit. I need to say this again because this feels really, really important for someone, but like, Spirit is asking you not to go back to a situation that wasn't aiding your growth. Okay? Spirit is actually asking for a cutoff. And like I said, it almost feels like if like you don't kind of surrender to this process, that there's a surrendering here. If you know you don't really like surrender into this process, it feels like it's gonna happen anyway, because it's kind of the natural part of like growth. Does that make sense? It's almost like when your plant grows, like, yeah, there are going to be certain like little leaves that just fall off as new growth comes in. Like there's kind of like a recycling element to growth, right? And so I feel like there's that, but I want to be very clear. Recycling is not the right word. There's almost like there's a shedding part with the regrowing. I want to say shedding specifically because Spirit is being very clear. There is no here. There is no in this regrowth. There is no recycle. Spirit does not want you to do this again. Okay? I have to keep saying this because Spirit is very adamant about this, but like does not want you to repeat this situation. Repeat if this is around a connection. I'm seeing the 2 cups here. So there's something around like a 2 of cups energy coming through, which speaks to connections, which speaks to relationships of any type, specifically if this is romantic. Like I said, there is like an X scenario here, and Spirit is like trying to say keep what's in the past and move forward. There's an energy of kind of like moving forward independently. This is so interesting. Do you want this back? Keep going. Okay, hold on. There's more cards that need to come out here. Yeah, and I feel like there's just this annoyance of like, well, I have to, there's almost, again, there's kind of just being like backed against a wall here. Like I have to let go of this thing. There really isn't a choice. Yeah, Three of Wands. I've got to walk, like there's a particular like direction with the High Priestess and Three of Wands that Spirit is trying to take you in. And it feels like it's moving away from whatever this situation is that feels like it's, I feel like you've either, I don't know if outgrown it is the right word. I just feel like there's nothing left to be learned there is part of it. How do I say that? What's that energy? Can we grab another card? Hold on, I need to grab another card to try and describe this energy. Grab these two. Yeah, here's the Six of Swords. Okay, so again, Spirit wants you to move away from this. Okay, so we have the Six of Swords. That makes perfect sense. And the Knight of Wands in reverse. Hold on. That Knight of Wands in reverse is coming through as very like irritated and agitated, because the wands speak to a fire energy. So when it's like in reverse, it's coming through as like an irritation, agitation. There's definitely some anger. There's definitely anger in this energy. So there's definitely some anger here. With the Six of Swords in reverse and the Knight of Wands in reverse, there's also a message here of not like bottling up your feelings right now. Yeah, there's a real wanting to let those feelings flow, like we see in the Five of Cups card. Okay, and by letting them flow, I think I see it, Spirit. With the High Priestess, Spirit's asking you to like engage either your community or engage like members of your community to support you, friends. If you have a somatic therapist or a healer you work with, like wants you to find a healthy outlet for the feelings you're feeling. Because these feel valid. These feel valid. Okay. You notice how this like bird is like flying away here? Yeah, again, and there's the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords speaks to, again, there's more like, these look like wings to me. I don't know what this is, but it looks like wings to me. And there's an energy here of like flying away, of like liberating yourself, of being free, of walking your own path, walking your own direction with that and the Three of Wands. And it feels like there's a need here to like come into being with yourself right now is what I'm hearing. It's like, okay, so this is a specific message. This is not for everyone here. If this is around like romantic connections, for someone here, Spirit, I feel like there's a pattern of always being in relationships, and Spirit wants you to like kind of cut back on this pattern, or observe it or confront it and heal it, sort of with the High Priestess energy, because there's a real need on a soul level for you to like, can I say that? Just be single right now. Be unpartnered. Be with yourself. Like, I don't feel like there's an energy here, especially if this is your slice of the message, okay? There's an energy here of like not being comfortable being by yourself or being like with yourself without having necessarily a partner or others surrounding you. And Spirit really wants you to go inside and like be with you, I'm hearing. There's some healing that's needed here. There's some healing that can only be found here, is specifically what they're saying. Okay, and in order for you to do that and to access that level of healing, which would lead to further growth, so you can show up in connections and relationships in a way that doesn't lead to the Five of Cups, okay, which is a card of loss, of grief, okay, of sadness, of disappointment, of feeling like You don't have needs, is what I'm hearing. Spirit really needs you to like meet yourself on a deeper level, because this is all, everything that's happening outside of us is a reflection of what's happening inside of us. Like, we have to remember, like, the systems that be try to tell us that we have to program things from the outside to change our inside, and that's not how it works. Like, everything we see outside of us is a reflection of what's inside of us. So if there's something you don't like out here, it's because it's coming from in here. Okay, that's on every single level. Okay, one of the hardest lessons I ever had to learn, and it's an important one, because once you shift into that understanding, then you are able to actually heal and heal properly, like the Hermit wants to do. There's a deep self-reflection. This Hermit card's almost coming through with like a mirror energy of like mirroring to you this connection or situation you're in is mirroring to you what needs to be healed. Okay, what has yet to be seen. Okay, that's why there are cobwebs and spiders, because there are parts that haven't been dusted off, haven't been seen, are neglected, I'm hearing, of yourself, that actually need your love and need your attention and need you to move towards them with the Three of Wands. Okay, and the butterfly speaks to transformation. It speaks to transition. It speaks to metamorphosis. It speaks to when the butterfly goes through the metamorphosis process, it is letting go. It is shedding. There's a whole process that happens in that chrysalis cocoon that they're in. Okay, and so Spirit really needs you to actually come into that energy, especially because, again, there's such like there's a really strong like death tarot card energy here, which speaks to change, which speaks to transformation. It speaks to alchemy. I also read that as connected to the Magician card as well. And I feel like this could be around connection. That could be the ways that it's coming through for you. And maybe you're seeing it externalized, but it doesn't have to be. This could be any number of different dynamics. This could be, I'm hearing for someone, a babysitter situation is actually tipping you off to this dynamic. Okay. So it can literally be anything. Just apply this to your apply this to your situation, okay? Because this is a general reading, so apply it to your situation here. What is the dynamic or pattern? Is that something we can talk about? Okay. Let's go to this card. So part of it, for some, like I said, part of it for someone here, and what the lesson is to be learned, or like where the healing is needed, is, like I said, outside of connection. Actually, there's a need to like I said, either what Spirit is saying, be single or be unpartnered for a while, so you can actually get to know yourself on a deeper level and come into the levels of healing that are needed for you to attract the type of love that you're actually looking for. Okay, so that's a specific slice of this message, but I actually feel like this is a kind of general energy too, of like needing to like sit with yourself and be with yourself. Yeah, can we get some cards on that? What is the dynamic here that needs to be seen by Taurus? This top card. Wheel of Fortune, is this upright? It's in reverse. Wheel of Fortune in reverse, yeah. One more. Oh my gosh, we have Five of Cups again. Oh, okay, and I just got a message actually from a friend of mine. So for someone, this connection could be around a friendship for someone, okay? This doesn't have to be, like I said, around a connection. For someone, this is around a workplace situation. Okay. We have the Five of Cups again. Okay, and I just got another message. This is definitely for your reading, so I have a few messages coming in. Hold on. The message I just got from my friend was around moving away from something. That's so crazy. Yeah, it's like you're moving away, Six of Swords. It's like you're moving away from something, letting go of something. Wow. Okay. So that's definitely confirming that. So that was part of what the message came in for you. Like I said, this could also be around a friendship for someone. That feels really strong given the multiple messages I had from friends. This could be actually around like multiple friendships you have, I'm hearing. So this could be around a group of friends that maybe you're letting go of. Okay. That feels really strong for someone here. I feel like there's an element here of like drinking, like alcohol. I don't know why that's coming through really strongly right now, but it's almost like I feel like there's an issue around that component of your dynamic or connection with this group of friends. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that there, but that's for someone. So if that's for you, that this is definitely your reading, and this is like what Spirit is like encouraging you to, is the encouragement to let go? Yes, the encouragement is to let go, but like I said, I feel like it's going to be ending. There's a cutoff that's needed. Oh, I see it. And the cutoff for someone is actually around drinking. Okay. Whew. There's a lot of different situations that are coming in here, but I feel like, again, that definitely feels really strong for someone. This could be, like I said, in connection, in friendships, in group dynamics. This could be you. Maybe you're also moving through like, with the Five of Cups coming out twice. There's something around the cups here that's coming through like an element of like drinking alcohol. And I feel like there's something here. Oh, okay, I see it, Spirit. Like maybe having difficulty cutting out that part of your lifestyle right now is part of it. Okay. But Spirit wants you to, for sure. That's really strong. Okay. All right, give me a second here. I'm going to try and reground this energy a little bit because there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot here. It's literally a cutoff from drinking, like being cut off at the bar. And this is a metaphor. It also could be literal for someone. That's okay. So if I actually had to sum up kind of like this reading right now, that's actually what it feels like. It feels like you were like drinking, you know, and you were at the bar and like Spirit is now like cutting you off. That's what this is. That's what this energy is. Okay. Yeah. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. It's almost like Spirit's like, your money doesn't work here anymore. Okay. Wheel of Fortune. Like your money doesn't work here anymore. It's time for you to like get sober, and get sober is like it is probably literal for someone here, but it feels like it's very much like a metaphor. It's like a, gaining clarity. Yes. It's like a self-reflection. It's a healing. It's a, getting in touch with your intuition and getting back in touch with your body. I'm hearing getting back in touch with yourself. That's really interesting. I need to say this because Spirit is telling me to say this, but if you're having a drink every day, whether it is wine, a glass of wine, or you know, something like that, that is something you probably need to look at. Spirit's also telling me if you're drinking more than, Spirit wants you to just look at your drinking. Okay. I'm just going to say that because Spirit has a lot of messages around that, and we'll probably go a little deeper in the extended with some of this, but, okay. But I feel like it's time for you to feel your feelings. It feels like there was almost some sort of like numbing that was happening here. And I don't feel like this has been intentional. There's parts of this that feel like that were subconscious. There's something around the butterfly in the dark here. It feels a little bit, there's a bit of a moon energy here, but it feels a bit like subconscious. It's just kind of like not wanting to like feel the, yeah, sure, pain that's underneath the kind of like coping mechanism that's here. It feels like a coping mechanism, whether it's like staying in connection with friends and friendships that don't serve you or aren't aligned with you or aligned with your higher self, or the kind of like levels of spiritual, emotional, mental sobriety that you're looking for, and physical as well. It just feels like there's a need to like get clear. I'm seeing Spirit is showing me the animation of this hermit now like polishing the lantern, like with a, like buffing it like with a cloth and trying to clean it. That's what Spirit's asking you to do, is like to kind of, there's a cleaning that wants to happen here a bit. Like I said, a letting go, a cutting off. And I feel like the feelings that come with this, especially as you get like again, this is a metaphor, as you get like sober, okay, there's going to be some annoyance and irritation that comes with it, that comes with all the feelings that need to come up that have been buried. Okay. Wow. I feel like this, okay, so I feel like we brought this reading to sort of a singular kind of metaphor here, okay? And like I said, this could be literal for someone, but it feels like a metaphor of spirit cutting off your bar tab, okay? Wheel of Fortune in reverse, okay? And wanting you to like actually start to like heal some of this stuff, like, you know, feel some of this stuff, heal it, and really not look away from it, not take off, not like, there's an element of like you sitting with yourself, okay, with the Knight of Wands in reverse, of like being still with this. All right, so that was a lot. We are definitely going to an extended. I felt that about halfway in this reading. I was like, there's so much energy here that Spirit wants to talk about and wants to continue to talk about. So if this message is for you and you'd like to hear more from Spirit about what else is next or what else to do, I'm going to just open up into the extended and we'll just go deeper into this message. I have the information on the extended in the description box below. Excuse me, so much. Again, there's so much spiritual energy. It's just moving right on through my body. But if you want to check that out, that's in the description box below. I'm also doing discounted readings right now, personal readings right now, as I'm kind of getting this YouTube channel off the ground. So feel free to check that out in the description box below as well. Yeah, I really appreciate you being here, Taurus. And if this was helpful for you, if you could just like or share or comment or subscribe if you feel called to do that, that would be really great. Just let me know how this reading was for you. But yeah, I'm sensing all of the kind of like situations that are here, and I feel like, again, there's definitely some like strength that's going to be needed to kind of move through. For whatever reason, this Knight of Wands is coming through with an energy of like strength, which I'm sensing some of the Strength Tarot card here, but some strength to kind of move through this. But I feel like on the other side, it's going to be it's going to be really good for you. I feel like this Wheel of Fortune actually comes into the upright, moving on the other side of this, but it feels like the next 2 to 3 weeks, there's something that comes up that just kind of necessitates this sort of spiritual sobriety. All right, Taurus, thanks for being here. I hope this is helpful for you, and I'll see you in the extended reading, or I'll see you at the next one, whatever that is. All right, have a good one. Wishing you a lot of luck on this, and a lot of luck with this journey for sure. See ya. Bye for now.